Title: Soul Cleanse, a guided night prayer for self-reconciliation. Purpose: to offer a spiritual or mindful evening ritual that centers the soul and restores emotional harmony. How about end your day with a soul cleanse so you can meet tomorrow with a heart renewed? Table of Contents. The purpose of a nightly soul cleanse: creating a sacred space before you sleep, letting go of the day's emotional dust, forgiving yourself, a prayer for inner grace, releasing others, a prayer of forgiveness and peace, inviting divine presence into your rest, speaking truth to your heart before bed, breathing in peace, breathing out tension, affirmations of worthiness and renewal, waking tomorrow with a lighter soul. Introduction. Each night carries a sacred invitation, the chance to lay down our burdens and return to our true center. In the quiet moments before sleep, when the world softens and distractions fade, we are offered a space to realign with peace, purpose, and presence. This is your invitation to cleanse the soul. A soul cleanse is not just a routine, it is a ritual of remembering. It is the act of forgiving yourself and others, releasing the disappointments of the day, and renewing your spirit in the gentle embrace of divine stillness. When you practice a nightly soul cleanse, you are telling your heart, you are safe now. You are seen. You are healing. This ebook is your companion on that sacred journey. Each chapter will guide you through a different layer of spiritual and emotional clearing, combining nightly prayers, breath work, mindful affirmations, and supportive reflections. Whether you believe in God, a higher power, or simply the healing rhythm of the universe, this journey meets you where you are and gently lifts you to where you are meant to be. Let this be your soul's exhale. A releasing. A rebalancing. A returning. You were never meant to carry everything into your dreams. Let us begin. Chapter 1: The Purpose of a Nightly Soul Cleanse. Each day of your life carries energy. Some of it is vibrant and life-affirming, like a smile from a stranger, a job well done, or a loving word from a friend. But not all of it flows in harmony. There are days filled with disappointments, misunderstandings, emotional clutter, and unspoken hurt. We often carry these fragments with us like invisible bags packed with shame, guilt, worry, or weariness into our evenings and even into our dreams. That's where the nightly soul cleanse becomes not just helpful, but sacred. The purpose of this cleanse is not to erase the day but to reframe it, release it, and reconcile with it. It's a practice of emotional and spiritual hygiene, allowing you to wash away the noise, the heaviness, and the accumulated emotional debris. It is not just about unwinding the body, it's about untangling the soul. Why do we need a soul cleanse? Because unresolved emotions become heavy. Because our thoughts replay moments we wish we could edit. Because our hearts whisper questions that never got answered. And because we all long for peace, not just during the day, but especially at night, when the world goes quiet and our soul starts to speak. Without an intentional ritual to end the day, we risk carrying emotional residue into tomorrow. We wake up feeling tired, unfocused, or weighed down, not because our bodies are exhausted, but because our spirits were never given the space to breathe. A soul cleanse acts like a bridge. It connects the person you were during the day with the person you're becoming tomorrow. It allows you to pause, look inward, and say with gentleness, "You did your best today." And that is enough. The deeper power of daily reconciliation. At its core, the soul cleanse is a practice of self-reconciliation, the act of lovingly reuniting with all parts of yourself. It's a gentle but powerful invitation to say, "I release what I cannot control. I forgive what needs forgiveness. I accept what unfolded. I honor my growth, even if it came through discomfort." Reconciliation doesn't mean perfection. It means making peace. And peace, when practiced nightly, becomes a habit of the soul. Over time, your nervous system begins to relax more deeply. Your dreams become less chaotic. Your heart beats a little more steadily with trust. And most importantly, your inner critic begins to soften, giving space for your inner nurturer to rise. A spiritual ritual, not just a routine. This is not just another nighttime habit. It is a soul-level invitation to presence. When you light a candle before your prayer. When you take that deep breath to release the tension. When you put your hand over your heart and say, I am still worthy, you are not performing a ritual. You are remembering who you are. This is a sacred moment of realignment. You are letting go not just of the day, but of the false identities the day may have tried to place upon you: failure, disappointment, inadequacy, resentment. With every cleansing breath, you reclaim your true name: beloved. Enough. Still becoming. You deserve to end each day in peace. Let this truth settle into your soul. You are allowed to rest. Even when the to-do list isn't complete. Even when mistakes were made. Even when words were spoken in frustration or left unspoken in fear. You are allowed to rest. And not just physically but emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. The soul cleanse gives you this permission. In a world that teaches us to hustle, achieve, and perform, this ritual is your sanctuary of stillness. A return to self. A moment where you don't have to earn love, you simply receive it. Subliminal restoration begins in stillness. Every night you choose this ritual, something subtle yet powerful happens. You rewire your brain to associate rest with worth, not weakness. You whisper to your subconscious that letting go is safe. You remind your soul that grace is always available. And perhaps most importantly, you begin to build a sanctuary within. A place you can return to every night. A place where no voice of the world can follow you. Only peace. Only presence. Even if the day was stormy, the night can still be calm. Even if there was chaos in the hours past, these final moments can be sacred. This is not denial, it's divine decision. A choice to end the day with intention, rather than letting the day end you. What you cleanse, you no longer carry. Imagine standing in the shower after a long day, letting warm water rinse away the grime, the tension, the tiredness. A soul cleanse does the same, but it rinses your inner world. It washes away judgments, fears, anger, and regret. Not by force but through grace. And what you no longer carry, you no longer drag into tomorrow. What freedom would it be to wake up light? To open your eyes in the morning not with dread, but with quiet strength? This freedom starts the night before. The soul doesn't ask for grand gestures. It asks for honesty. For stillness. For presence. And yes, for reconciliation. This practice becomes the sacred container that holds space for all of that. Closing whisper for the heart. So as you prepare for this new chapter in your life, this journey of cleansing the soul before rest, let tonight be your first whisper of self-kindness. Lay down the burden. Let the sacred silence of night cradle your heart. Trust that what's meant for you will meet you on the other side of sleep. And know this. You are not the mistakes of today. You are the light you still carry. You are worthy of beginning again, every single night. Let your soul cleanse begin. Chapter 2, Creating a Sacred Space Before You Sleep. Before a soul can be cleansed, it must feel safe. Before healing can unfold, there must be stillness. And before you can fully let go, there must be something or somewhere to let go into. That's the purpose of creating a sacred space before you sleep. This is not about religion or formality. It's about intention. It's about preparing the soil of your soul so that the seed of peace can take root. Let this chapter guide you in crafting that space, not only externally, but internally. A place where your nervous system can settle. Where your heart can speak. Where your spirit feels welcomed home. Why sacred space matters. Have you ever tried to relax in a cluttered room? Or meditate when your phone kept buzzing? Or pray when your mind was still tangled in the events of the day? It's difficult to access peace when chaos surrounds you. That's why we don't just hope for peace before sleep, we create the conditions for it. A sacred space is your soul's sanctuary. It signals to your body that it's time to exhale. It tells your heart, you are safe here. You can let go now. When you intentionally prepare your space, even if it's just a tiny corner or a small ritual, you honor yourself. You say, my well-being matters. My spirit matters. I matter. And this simple declaration begins the cleanse. Outer space, inner calm. Let's begin with your external space. The physical environment around you holds energy. It can either uplift your spirit or weigh it down. That's why even small changes can make a huge impact. Here are a few gentle suggestions. Dim the lights, let the harshness of the day fade. Use warm lamps, fairy lights, or candles to soften your surroundings. Clear the clutter, a tidy space is a tidy mind. Remove unnecessary objects from your sleeping area. Give your soul room to breathe. Invite nature in, a small plant, a bowl of water, or an open window letting in fresh air can reconnect you with grounding elements. Sacred objects, place items that bring you peace nearby: a crystal, a journal, a photo, a meaningful book, or a simple cross or symbol of faith. Sound or silence, some prefer gentle music or nature sounds. Others prefer complete silence. Find what calms your soul and return to it nightly. This is not about perfection, it's about presence. Let your space reflect the peace you are calling in. The ritual of preparation. Now that your environment is soft and welcoming, let's enter into ritual. Rituals are powerful because they train your mind and body to shift states. They move you from doing into being. From reactivity into receptivity. Here's a gentle flow you can adapt nightly. Light a candle. As you light the flame, whisper a small intention. I now enter a sacred space. May this time be blessed. Wash your hands or face, feel the water rinse away the residue of the day. Say silently, I am refreshed. I begin anew. Sit or lie down with awareness, whether you kneel beside your bed, sit cross-legged on a mat, or simply lie down, do it with reverence. This moment is holy. Breathe deeply, inhale slowly for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 6. Let each breath soften your body and spirit. Place a hand on your heart, feel its rhythm. This is your center. Let your awareness rest here as you begin your soul cleanse. This simple ritual done nightly rewires your system for peace. It becomes your soul's signal, it's time to release. It's time to return to truth. Creating inner space for reflection. Now that your environment supports you, it's time to create inner space. Sacred space isn't just outside, it's within. It's the spaciousness you feel when your thoughts no longer race. It's the gentle inner whisper that says, be still now. Here are ways to open that space. Set a clear intention, I now release the day. I return to myself. Let this thought guide your spirit inward. Acknowledge what's present, don't hide from your feelings. If sadness is here, let it be seen. If anxiety is present, name it without judgment. You cannot cleanse what you will not first hold. Allow stillness, let silence be a teacher. You don't have to fill every space with words. Just rest. Just listen. Just be. This inner sanctuary is always available to you. Even when life is loud, you can retreat here. It is your built-in temple of peace. Sacred space when life is messy. What if you don't have a quiet room? What if children are crying, or a partner is restless, or your living space is small and crowded? You can still create sacred space. Light a virtual candle in your heart. Wrap a soft scarf around your shoulders and call it your prayer shawl. Breathe deeply for just 30 seconds under the covers. Whisper your release into a journal. Remember, the power is not in the place. It is in your presence. Even if all you have is a bathroom moment with the door closed, that can be holy ground. You bring the sacred with you. Your spirit does not require perfection, it only asks for presence. Subliminal messages in sacred rituals. Every time you create this sacred space, you are embedding positive subliminal messages into your subconscious. I am safe to rest. I am worthy of stillness. I deserve to slow down and breathe. I honor my emotional needs. My peace is not negotiable. Over time, these messages become your inner language. You begin to carry this sacred space within you wherever you go. And that is the true power of nightly preparation. It doesn't just transform your sleep, it transforms your waking life. A final blessing before sleep. As you rest tonight, may your space become a cocoon of healing. May the flicker of candlelight remind you of your inner spark. May the silence cradle you like a lullaby from the divine. And may every corner of your space and your soul be filled with the simple, sacred truth. You are home now. You are safe. You are already being restored. Chapter 3, Letting Go of the Day's Emotional Dust. Every day leaves traces on the soul, invisible particles of emotion that cling like dust to your inner being. Sometimes, it's obvious, a harsh word, a disappointing moment, or a conversation that didn't go well. Other times, it's subtle, a look that left you uneasy, a regret that lingered, a moment where you didn't speak your truth. If we don't pause to clear this emotional dust before sleep, it builds. It clogs our clarity. It weighs down our heart. It stirs into our dreams. And slowly, it begins to shape how we feel, think, and live. That's why this chapter matters. Letting go of the emotional dust is not about ignoring pain, it's about cleansing your sacred space so your soul can breathe again. What is emotional dust? Emotional dust is the buildup of small, or large, moments in a day that leave an energetic residue. It may include a sense of failure from an unmet goal, a pang of envy after scrolling social media, a rising frustration during a tense conversation, a moment of guilt for not being present with someone you love, a feeling of inadequacy that crept in out of nowhere. These moments may pass quickly, but they settle in the background of your spirit if unacknowledged. And just like physical dust dulls the shine of a room, emotional dust dims your light. Letting go is your inner sweeping. A kind and gentle way of saying, this no longer needs to stay with me tonight. The spiritual reason for releasing daily emotions. Each night, you are given the sacred opportunity to reset. Spiritually speaking, this is the hour of surrender. The moment when the soul returns to the divine, not for judgment, but for renewal. Just as your body needs to release tension, your heart needs to release burden. If you carry yesterday's storms into tomorrow's sunrise, how can the new day shine fully upon you? Letting go is the soul's signal to the universe. I trust. I surrender. I am ready to begin again. A gentle evening practice to release the day. To let go, you don't need hours. You need intention. Here is a simple yet powerful nightly practice that clears the emotional dust. Step 1. Name the dust. Sit quietly with your hand on your heart. Ask yourself, what am I still carrying from today? Let the answers rise without force. You might whisper, I'm still feeling rejected from that meeting. I feel overwhelmed by my responsibilities. I regret snapping at my child. I'm holding fear about tomorrow. Naming what you feel allows you to reclaim your power. You are no longer a prisoner to it, you are now a witness, a healer. Step 2. Honor the feeling, then release it. Speak kindly to the emotion. Say, "Thank you for showing me what needs attention." Then, gently breathe in peace. Breathe out the feeling. Imagine it dissolving like mist in morning sun. You may whisper, "I let this go. It does not define me. I choose peace." This act of release is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is your soul reclaiming its light. Step 3. Visualize cleansing light. Close your eyes and picture a soft white light washing over your body from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Let this light dissolve worry, fear, and emotional static. Let it sweep away old stories. Imagine this light whispering to you, "You are cleansed. You are free. You are loved." Step 4. Say a closing prayer. End your ritual with a short, heartfelt prayer. For example, Divine Source of Peace. Tonight, I lay down all that I cannot carry. Cleanse me from resentment, fear, and judgment. Renew my spirit as I sleep. May I awaken with clarity, gratitude, and a heart unburdened. Amen. Make this prayer your own. Speak it as if speaking to the deepest part of you. Because you are. What happens when you don't let go? It's easy to underestimate the cost of holding on. When you don't release emotional dust, it begins to shape your thought patterns. You dwell on what went wrong. Body, you feel heavier, less rested, more anxious. Relationships, you become reactive or distant. Sleep, your dreams reflect tension, restlessness, confusion. What's worse, emotional buildup becomes emotional identity. You start to believe that you are the frustration, the regret, the anxiety. But you are not. You are the soul beneath it. The soul always ready to return to peace. Letting go is how you remember that. The courage to release what you cannot change. Sometimes, emotional dust settles from things we cannot fix: a hurtful comment, a failed project, an ongoing loss. Letting go doesn't mean pretending it didn't happen. It means saying, "Even though this happened, I will not carry its weight into my rest." You are allowed to protect your peace even if the story is unfinished. That is not denial. That is deep self-respect. Letting go is an act of trust. Trust in life. Trust in tomorrow. Trust in your soul's resilience. Subliminal messages for emotional liberation. Each time you let go, your subconscious learns, "I do not have to carry every burden. My rest is sacred, and I protect it. I choose renewal over rumination. I deserve peace, not punishment." These messages begin to operate in the background of your mind, healing you in places even your conscious thoughts can't reach. Over time, you become someone who releases pain quickly, honors emotion without attachment, and enters sleep with grace. That is soul maturity. That is spiritual strength. Let this be your new habit. Every night before sleep, ask, "What dust do I need to release?" Even if you only do it for 2 minutes. Even if all you do is sigh and whisper, "I'm letting go." That is enough. That is powerful. That is your cleanse. A nightly whisper for the soul. As you close this day, let this whisper rise from your heart. I forgive what I could not control. I release what I no longer need. I cleanse my spirit with love. And I rest in the arms of peace. You are free. You are light. You are ready for the healing sleep that awaits you. Chapter 4. Forgiving Yourself, a prayer for inner grace. If there's one person we often forget to forgive, it's ourselves. We hold ourselves to impossible standards. We replay the moments we wish we had done differently. We carry the weight of yesterday's missteps into today's spirit, silently punishing ourselves long after the world has moved on. But what if, tonight, you chose something else? What if this evening became your sanctuary of self-compassion? What if, instead of carrying guilt to bed, you carried grace? This chapter is your invitation to forgive yourself gently, deeply, and sincerely. Not because you were perfect, but because your soul deserves peace. The inner war we don't talk about. You try to do the right thing. You try to say the right words. You try to be strong, responsible, kind, patient, and still, there are moments when you fall short. And instead of offering yourself understanding, your inner critic rises. Why did you say that? You should have known better. Look at how you failed again. This voice doesn't protect you. It wounds you. And over time, it becomes a barrier between you and your wholeness. Self-forgiveness is how you return to wholeness. It's not letting yourself off the hook, it's stepping out of the trap of shame. Because shame keeps you stuck in the past. But forgiveness opens the door to your future. What forgiveness is and isn't. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It's not excusing. It's not pretending that harm didn't occur. Forgiveness is releasing yourself from the prison of self-condemnation. It's choosing healing over punishment. It's saying, I recognize my imperfection, and I love myself anyway. And let's be clear, it takes courage to forgive yourself. It takes tenderness. It takes the willingness to meet your wounded self, not with judgment but with love. Why you must forgive yourself before sleep. Each night, as your conscious mind rests, your subconscious processes unresolved emotions. If guilt, shame, or regret remain active, your sleep becomes restless. Your dreams become tangled. Your heart remains heavy. But when you speak a prayer of self-forgiveness, something miraculous happens. Your nervous system relaxes. Your mind feels safe to release the memory. Your spirit accepts that it is still loved even in imperfection. Forgiving yourself is not the end of accountability, it's the beginning of healing. A guided prayer for self-forgiveness. Take a moment. Place your hand over your heart. Close your eyes. Let the following prayer wash over you like healing rain. Prayer for inner grace. Tonight, I release the burden I've placed on my own heart. I forgive myself for the moments I was unkind to myself or others. I forgive myself for what I didn't know then, for what I couldn't do, for how I was still learning. I forgive the version of me who was doing the best they could with the awareness they had. I choose to see myself through the eyes of compassion. I choose grace. I choose peace. I am still growing. I am still worthy. I am still loved. Tonight, I lay this guilt down. I will not carry it into my dreams. I rest now in forgiveness, in softness, in divine love. Amen. Read this aloud, or whisper it from the deepest part of you. Let every word plant a seed of restoration in your soul. What happens after you forgive yourself? Forgiveness shifts your frequency. It opens doors that guilt keeps shut. You may begin to notice a softer inner voice, more compassion for others' mistakes, a lighter feeling in your chest when you wake, clearer thinking and decision-making, less emotional reactivity during the day. This is not magic. This is soul renewal. It is the fruit of your courage to confront, to release, and to love. But what if I hurt someone? Self-forgiveness is not meant to replace accountability, it's meant to walk beside it. If you've hurt someone, make amends where possible. Apologize with sincerity. Change your behavior. Take responsibility. But don't let the weight of that mistake define your identity. You are not just the error, you are also the one who learned, who grew, who chose to evolve. Guilt may point out where we need to grow, but forgiveness reminds us that we can grow. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean you condone the harm, it means you refuse to be destroyed by it. Daily affirmations to support inner grace. Repeat these nightly to train your subconscious toward healing. I release what no longer serves my soul. I am doing my best, and that is enough. Even my mistakes are part of my becoming. I deserve rest and renewal, not punishment. I love myself through all my chapters. Let these become your bedtime lullabies, gentle, true, and healing. The healing power of self-compassion. Forgiving yourself isn't just about feeling better. It's about living better. When you treat yourself with grace, your energy changes. You stop expecting perfection. You stop hiding behind guilt. You become more present, more peaceful, more patient with others. You become the version of yourself that your inner child has always longed to meet. The one who holds, not harms. The one who loves, not judges. Let that person rise tonight. A final whisper before you rest. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. And listen to this inner whisper. I am not my mistakes. I am the love that remains. I release myself from the chains of shame. Tonight, I rest in mercy. Tomorrow, I rise in freedom. Let forgiveness be your final thought tonight. Let grace be your pillow. Let peace be your blanket. You are not broken, you are beautifully becoming. Chapter 5, Releasing Others, a prayer of forgiveness and peace. There are nights when your heart feels heavy, not because of what you did, but because of what someone else did. A word left unsaid. A betrayal left unresolved. A memory that resurfaces in the silence of the night. The truth is, we don't only carry our own mistakes, we often carry the emotional weight of others, sometimes for years. We replay what they said. We feel the sting again and again. We build walls. We hold grudges. Not always out of malice, but out of pain, protection, and the longing for justice. But here's the divine truth you must remember. Unforgiveness punishes the soul that holds it, not the soul that caused it. And so, this chapter is your gentle doorway into one of the most courageous acts of your spiritual life, releasing others through forgiveness. Not to say what happened was okay. Not to forget. Not to dismiss the hurt. But to reclaim your peace, your energy, and your emotional freedom. The invisible chain of unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is like a chain binding you to the very person, situation, or season that hurt you. It doesn't change the past. It just tethers your future to something you never asked for. And over time, this chain becomes heavy. You feel it in your shoulders. In your sighs. In the way you flinch when certain names are mentioned. In the way your heart closes to trust, even with those who never hurt you. Forgiveness is the key that breaks this chain. Not for them, for you. It is your soul's decision to say, I will not let this pain define me. I release you so I can be free. I choose peace over poison. And that choice made nightly becomes your healing. Why forgiveness must happen before sleep. Our brains process memories during sleep. If you go to bed simmering with resentment, your subconscious continues the cycle through dreams, tension, and even disturbed rest. But when you choose to forgive even just a little, you send your body, mind, and soul the message, we are safe now. We are healing. Forgiveness isn't weakness. It's soul maintenance. It clears the energetic clutter between you and your higher self. And in that clearing, peace can finally enter. The myth of they don't deserve it. One of the greatest blocks to forgiveness is the thought, they don't deserve it. And you may be right. They may not have apologized. They may not understand the harm they caused. They may have vanished or dismissed your pain. But you forgive not because they deserve peace. You forgive because you do. Forgiveness is not a gift to the offender. It's a sacred offering to your own soul. And when you offer it even through tears, you rise above the pain and reclaim your power. A gentle ritual for releasing others. Here's a soft and powerful way to invite forgiveness into your night. Step 1. Name who hurt you. In the quiet of your sacred space, say aloud or write down the name of the person or people who left an imprint on your heart. No matter how long ago. No matter how big or small the wound. Allow your heart to speak their name not in rage, but in recognition. Step 2. Speak what you feel. Say, "What you did hurt me. I carried it for too long. But I will not carry it tonight. I release you not because it didn't matter, but because I matter." Feel the energy shift as you say it. Your truth is medicine. Step 3. Close with a prayer of release. Here is a guided prayer you can read aloud before sleep. Prayer of forgiveness and peace. Tonight, I choose peace over pain. I forgive those who hurt me, knowingly or unknowingly. I release the hold they've had on my heart. I no longer need to carry the burden of anger, fear, or grief. I bless them and let them go. I choose to keep the lesson, not the wound. My soul deserves lightness, not chains. May I rest tonight in the freedom of forgiveness. May peace surround me as I sleep. Amen. This prayer is your soul's way of saying, "I deserve to move on." When forgiveness feels impossible, there may be some hurts that still feel too raw. That's okay. Forgiveness is not always a one-night act, it's often a journey. If you're not ready to fully forgive, begin here. I'm willing to consider forgiving. I pray for the strength to one day release this. I ask the divine to help me soften. Even your willingness to forgive begins the healing. Even your desire for freedom shifts the energy. Your soul is patient. Keep showing up. Subliminal messages that set you free. Each time you release someone in love, you affirm, "I am no longer bound to pain. I choose to live from my highest self. I release the past to make space for peace. I am whole, even after what happened. I am ready for joy again." These messages will embed themselves into your spirit. You will start to wake lighter, live freer, and love deeper. Not because others changed but because you did. Forgiveness doesn't always mean reconnection. Let's be clear. Forgiveness does not mean you must let someone back into your life. It doesn't mean you condone their actions or forget the lessons learned. It simply means you choose to no longer carry resentment in your heart. You can release someone in love and keep healthy boundaries. You can walk in compassion and walk away. That balance is part of your healing. A final whisper for your soul. As you lie down tonight, place your hand gently on your heart. Let this final whisper rise within you. I let go of who hurt me. I reclaim my peace. I sleep tonight in the arms of mercy. I am free to feel joy again. You have done something sacred tonight. You've chosen to loosen the grip of pain and open your hands to peace. And in doing so you are already healing. Chapter 6, Inviting Divine Presence into Your Rest. When the day is over and the lights go dim, the world finally quiets, but that's often when our inner world becomes the loudest. Questions arise. Fears return. Thoughts spiral. And sometimes, even in the safety of our own bed, we feel alone. But you were never meant to sleep alone, not in spirit. This chapter is a sacred reminder, you are always held by something greater. No matter your beliefs, the divine, by whatever name you call it, is available to surround, protect, and renew you as you sleep. To invite this presence is not a ritual of religion, it is an act of remembering that you were never meant to carry life on your own. The deep soul need for divine connection. We are spiritual beings living in a physical world. All day long, we navigate tasks, expectations, and emotions in the external. But at night, our soul asks to return home to rest in something eternal, unshakable, pure. The divine is not just a force outside of you. It is the light within you. It is love that never wavers. It is wisdom that doesn't judge. It is presence that waits patiently to be invited in. You don't need fancy words. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to prove your worth. You only need to ask. Why the night is a sacred time for divine presence. At night, the veil between the seen and unseen becomes thin. This is when your spirit is most receptive, your ego most quiet, your heart most open. Inviting the divine into your rest is like saying, I've done what I can. Now, I surrender what's beyond me. It's not giving up, it's giving over. Giving over your worries, fears, regrets, and hopes to something bigger, wiser, and infinitely more loving. It's trusting that while you sleep, you are not defenseless. You are guarded. You are watched over. You are bathed in spiritual light. A sacred ritual, welcoming divine presence before sleep. Here is a simple yet powerful evening ritual you can practice nightly to invite the divine into your space and soul. Step 1. Prepare the space. Dim the lights. Light a candle or turn on a soft night light. Say aloud, this space is now sacred. I welcome peace. I welcome presence. If it resonates with you, play soft spiritual or instrumental music in the background. Step 2. Quiet the mind. Take a few deep breaths. On each exhale, release tension. Breathe in peace. Breathe out the day. Feel your body soften, your spirit become still. Step 3. Call in the divine. Speak from your heart, there is no script required. But you can say, Divine Spirit, source of all peace and love. I welcome you into this space, this night, and this heart. Surround me with your light. Protect me from all that does not serve my highest good. Renew me with your grace as I sleep. Hold me, heal me, and bring me home to myself. Amen. Let this invitation be a gateway to spiritual intimacy. Feel the air shift. Feel the presence enter. Step 4. Visualize divine embrace. Close your eyes. Picture a warm light, gentle, glowing, flowing over your body like a soft blanket. See it wrapping around you, covering you in safety and unconditional love. Feel it soothe your chest, your forehead, your shoulders, your breath. Let it speak to you without words, you are never alone. I am here. Letting the divine carry what you cannot. There are burdens too heavy to hold at night, fears about the future, pain from the past, people you can't fix, situations you can't control. Let the divine carry what you cannot. Speak this surrender aloud. I give to you what I cannot solve. I release what my heart is tired of holding. Please take it now and return it in peace or purpose. This act is not weakness, it's sacred strength. It's saying, I trust that I am not alone in this life. And that trust becomes your peace. Subliminal messages of divine trust and renewal. By inviting divine presence, you plant deep subconscious affirmations. I am not alone, even in the dark. I am divinely supported. The universe is working on my behalf as I sleep. My rest is a holy act of surrender. I am watched over by love itself. These messages cradle your mind through the night and reprogram your inner world for peace, clarity, and deep spiritual resilience. What if I don't feel the presence? You may ask, what if I try, but I don't feel anything? What if I doubt? Know this divine presence is not a feeling. It is a reality. It doesn't depend on your emotions. It only waits on your invitation. Even if you feel nothing, trust that your words were heard. Trust that your soul is seen. Trust that love is working beneath the surface, even in silence. Faith is often quiet. It is the soft voice that says, I believe, even when I can't see. Keep inviting. Keep trusting. The presence is already there. Your bed is a sacred altar. What if your bed became your altar? Not just a place of sleep, but a place of surrender. A place where your soul meets God, or Source, or the universe, not in fear, but in friendship. Each night, when you lay down, whisper, "This is holy ground. I enter into rest with the divine." Let your pillow be a sacred resting place for your spirit. Let your room be filled with unseen angels of comfort. Let your dreams be touched with divine light. This is not fantasy, it is faith in action. A final whisper from the divine. As you close your eyes tonight, listen with your soul. Hear this gentle whisper from beyond. You are never forgotten. You are wrapped in eternal light. I hold what you can't. I carry what's too heavy. Sleep now, beloved. All is well. This is the promise of divine presence. Not to fix everything in a moment, but to walk with you through everything. And as you invite this presence into your rest tonight, may your soul finally exhale. You are not alone. You were never alone. You are deeply, eternally loved. Chapter 7, Speaking Truth to Your Heart Before Bed. As the world quiets down and the night wraps around you, there comes a sacred moment often missed in the rush of routine when you have the chance to speak truth directly to your heart. This is more than positive thinking. It is deeper than surface-level affirmations. It is the brave act of meeting yourself where you are, with honesty, tenderness, and grace. So many of us go to bed with our hearts tangled in contradictions. We appear strong on the outside but feel broken inside. We smile during the day but ache with uncertainty at night. We keep going, pretending we're fine, yet inside we whisper, "I don't know how much longer I can carry this." This chapter is your safe space. Here, you're invited to drop the mask, shed the layers, and say what's real. To tell your heart what it needs to hear, not what the world demands. Why truth matters at night. The heart is not just a physical organ. It's an emotional compass. It holds your fears, hopes, wounds, and dreams. And when ignored, it doesn't go quiet, it grows louder through anxiety, restlessness, and sleepless nights. But when acknowledged, when spoken to, it softens. It becomes your ally. It starts to trust you again. At night, when everything external slows down, your heart finally has space to speak and space to listen. This is your moment to build trust with yourself through truth. Not just any truth, your truth. Your truth may not be perfect. It may not be pretty. But it is yours, and that makes it sacred. Tonight, your truth might sound like, "I feel afraid of the future. I miss someone I can't speak to anymore. I'm proud of myself for surviving today. I feel behind in life, but I'm doing my best. I'm not sure how things will work out, but I trust something greater is guiding me." When you speak these truths out loud or silently, you affirm your humanity, not your failure. You validate your own experience. You create an inner environment of safety and sincerity. And only in that kind of environment can peace truly rest. How to speak to your heart gently. Think of your heart like a child who has been holding it all together all day. She's been brave. She's been strong. But she's tired now. And all she needs is your presence, your honesty, your kindness. Use this gentle ritual each night to speak to her, your inner self, with love. Step 1. Place your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. That's your soul reminding you, "I'm still here. I'm still trying." Step 2. Ask a loving question. In a whisper or your thoughts, ask, "Heart, what do you need to hear from me tonight? What truth have I been avoiding today? What part of me needs kindness right now?" Pause. Listen. Your heart will answer, sometimes in words, sometimes in feelings, sometimes in tears. Step 3. Speak with compassion. Whatever your heart reveals, do not judge it. Speak back with kindness. I hear you. It's okay to feel that way. You are not alone anymore. Thank you for being honest with me. Let this be a dialogue, not a demand. The healing power of self-truth. When you speak truth to your heart, you disrupt a lifetime of internal denial. You begin healing from the inside out, not by forcing change, but by loving what is. You're no longer pretending. You're no longer numbing. You are returning to authenticity. And authenticity is the foundation of peace. A prayer for heart truth. Here's a gentle prayer to guide this sacred moment. Beloved inner self, you have carried me through another day. I see your strength. I feel your wounds. I honor your honesty. Tonight, I speak only truth to you. I am not perfect, but I am present. I am not fearless, but I am willing. I am not always certain, but I trust that I am growing. I no longer silence your voice. I listen now. And I love you exactly as you are. Amen. Say this prayer slowly. Feel the truth of it land in your chest. Let your breath soften. Let your shoulders drop. Let your inner walls dissolve. What you say before sleep shapes how you wake. Words are energy. Thoughts are seeds. What you whisper to yourself before sleep plants the emotional soil for tomorrow. So if you go to bed saying, "I'm not enough," you wake with doubt. But if you go to bed saying, "I am trying," and that is beautiful, you wake with grace. Train your heart each night to rest in truth that uplifts, not destroys. This is not self-delusion, it is self-devotion. Subliminal messages for nightly self-truth. Here are some powerful truths to speak softly as you close your eyes. I do not need to be perfect to be at peace. I am doing better than I give myself credit for. My truth matters, even if no one else sees it. I give myself permission to rest. I am learning to love who I truly am. Each repetition rewires the soul. Each whisper becomes part of your healing rhythm. Each act of honesty rebuilds the foundation of self-trust. When the truth hurts, speak it anyway. Some nights, your truth will sting. Maybe it's a truth about a relationship, a failure, a desire you've been too afraid to name. Still speak it. Let it rise. Let it breathe. Because even painful truth is more healing than comfortable lies. And in that honesty, you make space for miracles. A final whisper for the night. As you prepare to sleep, turn inward. Place your hand over your heart one more time. Feel your own presence. Your own voice. Your own truth. Whisper. I am here for you. I believe you. You are worthy of honesty and love. You may rest now. You are safe with me. This is not just a bedtime routine, it is a sacred reunion. You. Your truth. And your soul cleansed, cradled, and ready to rise. Chapter 8, Breathing in Peace, Breathing Out Tension. In a world that constantly demands your attention, productivity, and energy, it's easy to forget that your most sacred source of restoration lies in something simple, something always available: your breath. The breath is more than just oxygen. It's a spiritual tool. A healing companion. A built-in ritual of release and renewal. Every breath you take is a reminder, you are alive. You are here. You are still becoming. This chapter invites you to return to that truth. To close the day not with racing thoughts or tight shoulders, but with a slow, steady rhythm of conscious breathing that melts away tension and welcomes peace. Why breath matters at night. When we are anxious, angry, or overwhelmed, our breath becomes shallow. We unknowingly hold our breath or rush it. This physical pattern signals to the brain that something is wrong, and so the stress loop continues. But when we breathe consciously, especially before sleep, we send the body a new signal: you are safe now. You can let go. This slows the heart rate, calms the nervous system, and invites the soul into presence. You stop spiraling into what was or what might be and begin resting in what is. Each breath becomes a bridge from worry to wonder, from tension to tenderness, from chaos to calm. Breath as a spiritual anchor. Spiritually, the breath has always been sacred. In many traditions, it is seen as the life force, prana in Sanskrit, chi in Chinese philosophy, ruach in Hebrew meaning breath or spirit. It is how we connect to the present moment where the divine dwells. It is the invisible thread that ties body, mind, and spirit into one living prayer. So, when you breathe with intention, you are not just relaxing, you are realigning. You are choosing to recenter yourself in the sacred rhythm of life. A simple nightly breathing ritual. Let this ritual guide you tonight. It takes only a few minutes, but its impact can last through the night and into the morning. Step 1. Find a comfortable position. Sit up in bed or lie down with a pillow under your knees for support. Let your hands rest on your belly or over your heart. Step 2. Tune inward. Close your eyes. Notice how your body feels. Is your jaw tight? Are your shoulders raised? Is your stomach clenched? Don't judge. Just observe. You're simply meeting yourself where you are. Step 3. Begin box breathing. This technique balances the nervous system. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold your breath for 4 counts. Exhale through your mouth for 4 counts. Hold again for 4 counts. Repeat this 4 to 6 times. With each cycle, feel your body soften. Imagine breathing out the tension, in the peace. Step 4. Add intention to each breath. Once the rhythm feels natural, begin to speak inward affirmations with each breath. Inhale, I receive peace. Exhale, I release tension. Inhale, I am safe. Exhale, I let go of the day. Inhale, I am held in grace. Exhale, I surrender in trust. Let these words become your lullaby. Step 5. End with a breath of surrender. Take one final, deep breath filling your lungs completely. Hold it for a moment. Then exhale everything slowly and fully, as if sighing out the weight of the world. Whisper. It is done. I am at peace. I rest in light. The body remembers but breath restores. Your body stores memories of tension. The shoulders that lifted when you felt pressure. The stomach that tightened when you heard bad news. The jaw that clenched when someone disappointed you. But breath is the body's gentle healer. Each exhale unwinds the story. Each inhale welcomes a new one. And the more you breathe consciously, the more you send your body a powerful message. You no longer have to fight. You are allowed to feel safe. Subliminal messages in conscious breathing. As you practice this nightly breathing, your subconscious receives loving instructions. Rest is safe. Stillness is healing. Letting go brings strength. My body is my ally, not my battlefield. I am supported by something greater than my fear. These messages bypass the critical mind and plant themselves deep within your nervous system, rewiring you for restoration, resilience, and deep inner calm. What if my mind keeps racing? Even with breath work, your thoughts may try to pull you back into loops of worry or memory. That's okay. Don't resist. Just return to the breath. Say inwardly, thinking, and gently come back. Each time you do this, you strengthen your spiritual muscle of presence. You train your system to find its way home no matter how far it wandered. A prayer for breath and peace. Offer this prayer as you practice your nightly breath work. Breath of life, divine presence. Thank you for the rhythm within me that never stops. As I inhale, may I receive your peace. As I exhale, may I release all burdens. Fill my body with light. Flood my heart with safety. Quiet my mind with stillness. I surrender all I cannot control. I trust the breath to carry me into healing sleep. Amen. Let this prayer settle over you like a soft blanket. Let it anchor your breath in love. Your breath is always with you. Even when nothing else feels certain, your breath is. Even when the world is chaotic, your breath can center you. Even when you feel distant from faith or hope, your breath can guide you back. Tonight, and every night, you carry within you the power to reset. You don't need to fix everything. You don't need to figure it all out. You only need to breathe fully, deeply, and lovingly. That is enough. A final whisper before sleep. As your breathing slows and your spirit softens, listen to this final whisper from within. I am at peace with this moment. I release the day. I receive the night. My breath is my blessing. I am safe, whole, and loved. Let your breath rock you gently into sacred rest. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are simply being, and that is more than enough. Chapter 9, Affirmations of Worthiness and Renewal. Each day you live is a journey through joy, effort, error, resilience, and grace. Some days leave you uplifted, others leave you questioning your worth. But the truth, your deeper truth, is this. You are always worthy. Not because you checked off every task. Not because you said all the right things. Not because the world approved of you. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because you feel. You are worthy because you try again. This chapter invites you to reconnect with that truth each night through the gentle power of affirmations. Affirmations are not magic spells. They are sacred reminders. They are how we realign the narrative in our mind with the truth in our soul. And when spoken before sleep, affirmations become like lullabies for your spirit, quietly rebuilding confidence, soothing fear, and preparing you to rise renewed. Why worthiness must be affirmed daily. The world you move through every day constantly tells you what you need to do to be enough. Work harder. Earn more. Look better. Achieve faster. Be stronger. It's exhausting. And it's false. Because your worth isn't earned, it's inherent. You don't have to prove it. You just have to remember it. That's where affirmations come in. When you speak truth to your subconscious, especially before bed, you create space for healing and transformation. You plant seeds of self-love, self-trust, and self-renewal in the soil of your sleep. And those seeds grow strong by morning. How affirmations work in the mind. Your brain responds to repetition. The more it hears something, the more it begins to believe it, even if it resisted at first. When you speak affirmations at night, you bypass the critical, overthinking part of the brain. You speak directly to your subconscious. You reprogram old stories and inner scripts. You begin to believe in your worth again. Over time, affirmations don't just inspire you, they transform you. When you feel undeserving, say it anyway. Many people resist affirmations because they feel fake or forced. I don't feel worthy. Why would I say it? Because you're not affirming what you feel, you're affirming what's true. You're not pretending. You're practicing. Practicing what it feels like to believe in yourself. Practicing what it sounds like to treat yourself with love. Practicing what it means to be on your own side. Eventually, what you practice becomes what you embody. A sacred bedtime affirmation ritual. Let this be your nightly spiritual practice of renewal. Step 1. Set the mood. Dim the lights. Place your phone away. Sit or lie down comfortably. Place a hand on your heart or your belly. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Let the body unwind. Step 2. Speak the truth out loud or inwardly. Choose 3 to 5 affirmations to say softly, with sincerity. You don't need to force belief, just allow the words to land gently in your soul. Here are some powerful ones to begin with. I am enough, exactly as I am. I did my best today, and that is more than enough. I am worthy of love, rest, and renewal. I forgive myself for not being perfect. I trust my journey, even when I don't understand it. I release the day with gratitude. I welcome tomorrow with hope. I am safe, held, and deeply loved. Let each affirmation be a balm. Let it wrap around your soul like a blanket. Step 3. Personalize your truth. Speak affirmations that directly respond to how your day went. If you felt overwhelmed, even in stress, I am worthy of compassion. If you made a mistake, I learn from today and grow with grace. If you felt ignored or unloved, I am enough, even when others cannot see it. Let your voice become the one you always wished you had growing up, gentle, loving, encouraging. Step 4. Seal the practice with stillness. After your affirmations, sit in quiet for a moment. Let the energy of the words settle into your body. Imagine each statement becoming part of your bloodstream, your breath, your bones. Say silently, "Let this truth root deeply in me. Let it rise with me tomorrow." Affirmations are acts of self-respect. Every time you affirm your worth, you are saying to yourself, "I matter. I am not giving up on myself. I will no longer speak to myself with harm." This is how you reclaim emotional sovereignty. You stop waiting for the world to affirm you. You stop needing permission to feel whole. You become your own soul guardian. Subliminal messages embedded in affirmations. As you speak these truths, you are sending messages deep into your subconscious. My value does not depend on performance. I am deserving of healing, even when I feel broken. Rest is not earned, it is sacred. I have survived every day so far. I can trust in tomorrow. These messages restore your inner world. They silence the old voice of shame and awaken the deeper voice of strength. A prayer for worthiness and renewal. Close your affirmation ritual with this short and tender prayer. Divine Source of Light, tonight, I return to my truth. I am enough. I am whole. I am still becoming. Renew my spirit as I sleep. Wash away every voice that told me I wasn't worthy. Replace it with love, strength, and peace. Tomorrow, I will rise in new energy. But for now I rest in who I already am. Amen. Let these words pour into the deepest places of you. Let them refill what the day emptied. A final whisper before you rest. As your body drifts into stillness and your heart slows into peace, speak this final truth. I am worthy of everything good, even in my imperfection. I rest now, not because I've earned it but because I deserve it. I am whole, held, and healing always. Sleep, dear soul, wrapped in the quiet confidence of your worth. You are enough. You are light. And you are being renewed right now. Chapter 10, Waking Tomorrow with a Lighter Soul. There is a sacred kind of morning quiet, golden, and gentle when you wake not just rested, but renewed. You feel it in your chest. You feel it in the way you move, the way you breathe, the way your heart beats with less tension. You didn't just sleep. You released. You didn't just lie down. You let go. This is what happens when you cleanse your soul before bed. You don't just drift into dreams, you return to yourself. And by the time the sun rises, you meet the day not as a burdened version of who you were yesterday, but as someone lighter, braver, and truer. The afterglow of reconciliation. You may not always feel the shift overnight. But something profound happens when you regularly practice emotional release, spiritual surrender, and nightly soul cleansing. The clutter that once filled your inner space begins to dissolve. You wake without that heavy pit in your stomach. You no longer dread the first thought of the day. You don't feel like you're running from yesterday, you feel like you're arriving in today. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's the natural result of sacred inner work. When you clear emotional debris at night, you create space for clarity and presence in the morning. Signs you're waking with a lighter soul. You may notice your soul feels lighter when you no longer replay yesterday's regrets first thing in the morning. You greet the day with curiosity instead of fatigue. You make decisions from a place of peace rather than panic. Your body feels less tense, and your breath flows freely. You no longer measure your worth by your to-do list. A lighter soul doesn't mean a perfect life. It means a softer heart. It means carrying less of what was never yours to hold. Morning becomes a spiritual reunion. When the soul is light, the morning becomes more than just a start, it becomes a reunion. A reunion with your own energy. A reunion with your purpose. A reunion with divine timing. No longer waking up in survival mode, you begin to live with intentional presence. The air feels fresher. The coffee tastes warmer. Your smile feels sincere, not forced. This isn't just the product of sleep, it's the fruit of surrender. How to protect your lightness throughout the day. Once you've woken with a lighter soul, the day ahead becomes an opportunity, not just a list of tasks. But how do you protect that sacred inner peace? Here are a few gentle reminders. Start with gratitude. The first words you speak upon waking can set your tone. Try whispering, "Thank you for this day. I am alive, and I am ready." Avoid reaching for chaos. Before grabbing your phone or opening emails, take a few moments to be present with yourself. Let stillness greet you before stimulation does. Breathe with intention. 3 deep breaths in the morning can reconnect you with the peace you cultivated the night before. Breathe in light. Breathe out noise. Carry an anchor affirmation. Choose one truth to guide your energy all day. I remain grounded in peace. I carry light, no matter the storm. I protect my joy. Check in with yourself midday. Pause around lunch to ask, how is my soul feeling right now? If heaviness has crept back in, breathe and release again. Soul cleansing isn't only for night, it's a daily rhythm. A light soul illuminates the world. When you move through the world with a lighter soul, you become a living prayer. Your energy uplifts. Your words heal. Your presence soothes. You don't have to preach. You don't have to lead loudly. Your light becomes your ministry. And people will feel it even if they don't know what changed. Because the most powerful transformation is often quiet. It starts on the inside. It begins with forgiveness. It deepens with grace. It shines with love. And it is sustained by soul care, your nightly act of coming home to yourself. Subliminal beliefs of a renewed soul. As you rise day after day with your soul a little lighter, you begin to build a new foundation of truth within you. I am no longer bound by yesterday. I am allowed to begin again each morning. My peace is not negotiable. I am a channel of light and love. I am stronger than I once believed. These are not just phrases. They become the new beliefs driving your life, relationships, and purpose. This is soul reprogramming. This is awakening. A morning blessing after a night of release. After a night of soul cleansing, bless your morning with this prayer. Sacred light of a new day. Thank you for another chance to live with intention. Thank you for holding what I released last night. I rise with peace in my chest and clarity in my mind. I walk forward, not burdened by my past, but guided by my purpose. Help me carry this light through every moment. Let my soul reflect your grace. Let my words mirror your compassion. Let today be touched by presence, joy, and truth. Amen. Let this prayer be a doorway into your day. Let your life be the response to your night of surrender. This is only the beginning. Waking with a lighter soul is not a one-time gift, it is the natural outcome of your commitment to healing. You are writing a new story every night you forgive. You are choosing freedom every time you release. You are becoming whole every time you remember. I do not need to carry what doesn't belong to me anymore. And so, tomorrow, when you open your eyes, let joy rise with you. Let calm rise with you. Let purpose rise with you. You've done the inner work. Now let the outer world reflect it. A final whisper for morning light. As the sun breaks over the horizon, let this quiet whisper guide you forward. I am light. I am free. I am new. Yesterday taught me. Last night healed me. Today invites me. I am ready not because life is perfect, but because I am whole. Welcome to your new beginning. Your lighter soul has been waiting for this day. Now go, and live as if you are loved because you are. Final reflection, awakening to purpose with a cleansed soul. The biggest takeaway. The deepest message of soul cleanse is this. You do not have to carry the past into tomorrow. You can choose peace. You can choose presence. You can choose to meet yourself again lighter, softer, truer every single night. This ebook is not just about improving your sleep. It's about transforming your relationship with your soul. It teaches you that you are worthy, even when the world forgets to remind you. Your emotions are sacred messengers, not enemies to suppress. Forgiveness isn't just a gift to others, it's how you become free. Spiritual renewal doesn't require a temple, it begins with breath, intention, and honesty. Your purpose is not buried in grand gestures, it's born in nightly reconnection with your highest self. Through nightly rituals, intentional breathing, truth speaking, and divine surrender, you cleanse not only the emotional weight of each day, you clear the path to who you truly are. You become the sanctuary you've been searching for. How to leverage this ebook for self-enhancement. To truly benefit from Soul Cleanse, treat each chapter not as something to read once, but as a nightly companion and lifetime practice. Here's how to make this ebook a transformational tool in your daily life. 1. Integrate a 10-minute nightly ritual. Choose one chapter per night and practice the reflection or ritual fully. Commit to 10 minutes of intentional stillness, prayer, breath, or affirmation before sleep. Make it sacred. 2. Keep a soul cleanse journal. Write down your nightly insights. What did I release today? What truth did I speak to my heart? What forgiveness did I offer myself or others? How do I feel now? Tracking these moments amplifies awareness and makes your growth visible. 3. Create a sacred sleep space. Designate a corner of your room to be energetically clear where light, peace, and presence reside. Use candles, soft lighting, a comforting scent, or sacred symbols. Let your environment reflect your new soul state. 4. Anchor the day with morning reminders. Each morning, revisit the final affirmations and prayer of the previous night. Speak them aloud. Start your day with the energy of peace and alignment. 5. Practice daily emotional hygiene. Don't wait for a crisis. Use this guide nightly as a form of emotional decluttering. You brush your teeth daily, why not brush your spirit too? 6. Return to stillness when you drift. If life gets chaotic, don't wait for peace to find you. Revisit your favorite chapter. Return to the breath. Reconnect with your inner sanctuary. Self-transformation through soul cleansing. When practiced consistently, this book helps you become a calmer version of yourself. More forgiving, more centered, more grateful. More able to respond than react. More in tune with your inner truth. More focused on what matters, not on distractions or disappointments. More aware of how precious time is, and how sacred your contribution to this world truly is. The nightly soul cleanse removes the mental fog that blocks clarity. It removes emotional weight so your true essence can rise. And it removes the illusion of separation between you and your divine purpose. A re-engineered life through simple nightly practice. You don't have to uproot your life to find peace. You simply have to return to it every night. This is how you re-engineer your life. Not through endless striving, but through intentional stillness. Not through punishing yourself for what you're not, but by loving who you are becoming. Not through seeking approval, but by hearing your own soul's voice again. This practice rewires your relationship with time, with energy, with life. You no longer wake up overwhelmed. You rise aligned with your vision clear, your energy focused, your soul unburdened. From self-doubt to sacred contribution. Too many people live quietly asking, have I done enough? Does my life matter? Will I leave anything meaningful behind? This book answers with clarity. You don't need to do more to matter. You just need to live each day awake. And you need to sleep each night reconciled. Your presence when aligned is your purpose. By cleansing your soul each night, you stop looking for ways to demerit yourself, and start discovering ways to honor your divine role. You become more present in your relationships. You bring more clarity to your work. You carry more peace in every interaction. And you wake up, day after day, with more appreciation for simply being alive. All is well. God blessed. The final message of this book is a whisper from eternity. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are unfolding. Let each chapter be your reminder. Let each practice be your prayer. Let each breath be your return to truth. And as you walk through life with a soul that is daily cleansed, may you live not in striving or shame but in peace, presence, and purpose. All is well. You are here. You are loved. You are blessed. God blessed. Reaching RTSG with AI assistance via WhatsApp QR code. Recommended Reinventing Ourselves YouTube video QR code.